Good afternoon, everyone. Derek from the Rangers Review here with your daily Rangers news bulletin this Tuesday, the 15th of April. Lots of Rangers news stories doing the rounds as we build up to Thursday's showdown against Athletic Club Bilbao. Before we get stuck in, just a quick word for our podcast sponsors, as ever, S1 Jobs. If you're looking to hand in your transfer request, then head over to S1 Jobs and upload your CV today. With thousands of jobs across Glasgow, Edinburgh, and the surrounding areas, you'll find the one at S1 Jobs. Right, the big news to emerge yesterday was from the SPFL. The post-split fixtures have been confirmed, and these are those games in full. The supercomputer, I use old air quotes there, as brought up these games for Rangers. So Barry Ferguson's men will kick off the final 5 games with a trip to Paisley to take on St Mirren Saturday the 26th of April. So a 3 p.m. kickoff for that one, the only 3 p.m. kickoff that Rangers have in the league between now and the end of the season. Then, Sunday, May the 4th, the final Old Firm game of the season. Rangers take on Celtic at Ibrox, a 12 p.m. kickoff there. The following Sunday, Rangers play host to Aberdeen, again, 12 o'clock kickoff. And then Wednesday, May the 14th, Rangers play their final home game of the season against Dundee United, a 7:45 p.m. kickoff for that one, before rounding off the campaign away to Hibs at Easter Roads, May the 17th, Saturday, 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Now, you may have noticed that Celtic game, if Rangers manage to get past Bilbao on Thursday night, then they will have a European semi-final to look forward to against the winners of Olympique Lyonnais on Manchester United, currently 2 apiece from the first leg, so it could be either of those. But the fact is, Rangers could be playing a European semi, and that Celtic game is sandwiched in between. For me, it's another Pataudry affair. If Rangers do make it past Bilbao, then you're playing fringe players, youth players, B-team players, whatever you can find in the corridors of the Rangers training centre. Chuck them in for that game. No one should be getting risked for the semi-final second leg of that game. Again, I'm not entirely sure why the SPFL have structured the fixtures in this way. If I'm Rangers as well, I'm asking them to move that game. I don't know why they can't maybe move it to another date, perhaps. Certainly, it's not every year that a Scottish club makes it to the latter stages of European competition. It just seems to be Rangers, of course, in the last, 20 or so years. So, I'd be asking for a bit of help from the governing body. Whether that help materialises or not, who knows? I wouldn't hold my breath. But, that is the fixtures, folks, the last 5 games in the league. Moving on to other bits of news. Jack Butland has been speaking. He was on Ben Foster's podcast, speaking about his time at Rangers, his career to date so far. It's the Fozcast podcast. And he's opened up on the relentless pressure and the all-consuming expectations of life as a Rangers player, as he faces the prospect, of course, of a spell out of the team, losing his position to Liam Kelly. He says, there's a higher expectation to win, but it's also the before and also the after. You can be down in England, you can be at teams where things go against you, you can have a bad day, you can lose, but you can sort of go back to normality after it. It's not the end of the world. Here, it's the end of the world, and you feel it when you've been up here for so long enough, and you understand what the club is about, and you understand what the demands and the expectations are. You feel it. You don't need the fans to remind you. You know. Absolutely. And talking about his time at Rangers, he says you just want to get home and be back indoors, and it's at the end of the world. You feel like that, and the fans feel like that as well. So you're not even going to try and push anyone the wrong way or do anything you don't need to do. Plans cancelled, rounds of golf cancelled the next day that were booked because you're thinking, we win this game, then I'm going to have a good day with my friends, but it's cancelled, done. It's not the right time because it means that much to fans. Welcome to Glasgow, Jack. He's also opened up on how the scrutiny stretches well beyond match days, impacting family life and day-to-day routines. He says it does take over and it does control how things are. Your family live it, your kids live it in the school playground, your wife lives it on Instagram. It's the only thing that matters. When it comes to Rangers and the expectation is to win. Whether you're 3-0 down in a European tie from the leg before, the expectation is still to win and come through that game. That's what's expected from you. But the minimum requirement is what we've talked about. It's a fight. It's the effort. If the fans see that, they will get behind you. You give the ball away, fine, but see if you go and win it back, the place goes mental. They want to see that fight from their team, and that's what it is. That's why it's so special. And reflecting on whether he was prepared for that intensity at Rangers, he says, you never quite know. I remember watching some of the European games from the season before I signed. I watched the Europa League final. I watched some of the Old Firm games, but it doesn't compare to when you come up here. It's not the same as watching it on TV or even being in the stadium. It's completely different, and that's what makes it so special. That's why it should get the credit. Playing for Rangers, people don't give Scottish football the respect. It's tough, it's demanding, but it's rewarding at the same time when you get it right. So that is Jack Butland speaking on the Foz podcast there. Some interesting stuff from Jack. Yeah, can't get away from it. The Goldfish Bowl of Glasgow, as they often say. And Jack finding it a little bit tough at the moment, having lost his place to Liam Kelly. And I fully expect Liam Kelly to keep the gloves on Thursday as well. Moving on to perhaps not directly Rangers news, but one former Rangers manager has been sacked again. Pedro Caixinha has lost his job as Santos manager just 3 games into the new Brazilian season. He was axed after 2 defeats and a draw in the first 3 matches. And it's the 6th time he's been sacked since leaving Rangers after his disastrous spell in charge at Ibrox back in 2017. So Pedro back looking for a new job once again. I'm sure he'll be armed with his PowerPoint presentation to go to prospective employers. He always seems to find a job, does Pedro, so I'm sure he won't be out of work for too long. But it was an interesting one, him heading out there to Santos. Reunited, of course, for a little spell with Alfredo Morelos, and that leads us nicely on to El Buffalo. He's in the news again. Now, you remember this boy who was a star for Newcastle United, Faustino Asprilla. He's slammed Morelos after he was caught inviting opposition fans to a fight in the dugout. Shock horror. He was caught in camera, Morelos, calling out fans of his club's Nacional's rivals, Millonarios, after he was subbed off in the second half. He could now be in hot water with the Colombian FA after appearing to invite one to come to the technical area for a fight. Asprilla not best pleased on Colombian TV. He said, I think Alfredo Morelos is unbearable. He gave abuse to his own manager when he was substituted off, and then the opposition fans. When I had to say something, I did it in the dressing room. There's not a single image of me going around mistreating a manager, yelling at him or kicking everyone on the bench. This isn't new. We'd arrive at stadiums and people would yell at all kinds of things at us. I never got off the bus and yelled back at them. Morelos needs a lesson in humility. What's he doing inviting fans to fight? So, Faustino Asprilla, he's royalty over there in Colombia. So Alfredo Morelos in a bit of hot water with the FA and also the legend that is Asprilla. What a player he was, incidentally. Brilliant celebration. Always remember him banging the goals and then the old somersault celebration got brought out. But just an update on how Morelos is getting over there in his homeland. He's on loan at Nacional. And I think he's doing relatively well, but I've seen him scoring a few goals for them. But I certainly think that Rangers did see the best of Alfredo Morelos during his time at Ibrox. Right, folks, that'll do us there. Thank you for tuning in as ever. Heads up tomorrow. I should be on with, I think I'll be on with Joshua tomorrow morning. He's flying out to Bilbao today. So he will be in Spain to join us tomorrow. So we hope they can join us on the show, 9:30 as ever. Until then, enjoy your Tuesday. Bye for now.